What is up, YouTube? We're back with another YouTube video, and today we're here to show you how you can get the platinum threshold on the Arcadian Valley Inverted Spire competitive Nightfall playlist for Guardian games. And I'm going to just show you real quickly why you want to do this. And I'm not going to go into too much detail because I kind of talked about it yesterday in yesterday's video for the Glassway. That will be popping up on screen right now if you want to watch that one. But if not, the TLDR, pretty much too long didn't read, is for this quest here, shoot to score. It's going to require you, when you're playing Guardian games, to achieve all the thresholds. So you can see the scoring threshold for bronze is 50k, for silver score it's 100k, gold is 150k, and platinum score is 175k. Then after you hit platinum score, it's going to say congratulations, go to the tower and go claim your loot and everything from the rewards. And then you're pretty much playing for a community rank after that until reset, where you just repeat everything. And pretty much, it's pretty fun. The Nightfall scoring, if you played it before for Guardian games, but if you're new, this could definitely be something to get used to and everything. Because the platinum score, it's easy to get kind of like by accident. There's been a couple times where I've played LFG and we've gotten the platinum score just barely. But for the most part, most people don't really know about the combo of the emote and then finisher to get the best possible score and stuff like that. But if everybody did it, every single lobby would be getting platinum scores, and it would be just better for everybody all around. So hopefully this will show you, and in turn you can just share the whole thought process and everything of emoting before finishing a target, and then everybody will know how to do it, and then everybody gets the best possible score when matchmaking. But I will be showing you how to do this solo, just in case if you are a solo player. But if you're doing this with a team, you can be way more efficient, and it can help you do it real fast. And if anything, if you're grinding for medals or something like that, this is a pretty good Nightfall to be playing, in my opinion, to do that. But now that we went over that, I do very quickly just want to go over the medals again, just because I just want to mention it, just to mention it, because it's very important to the whole process of the Nightfall scoring. But here you can see, for Season of the Wish, when you go to Vanguard medals, it's all these medals here are what help with your score in the competitive Nightfall. You can see there's some easy ones like Primary Spree, rapidly defeat 3 combatants with weapons using primary ammo. Again, that's just stuff that happens over time as you play. A basic one that is pretty easy to get. But then there's some other ones like the Giant Slayer, which is defeat a champion. Again, pretty simple, but that one gives a lot of score. And then if you pair that one up with finishing touches, defeat a powerful combatant with a finisher. Now, powerful combatants refer to orange health bar enemies and champions. So those are, well, more so orange health bar enemies are powerful combatants. Champions are literally labeled as champions, but powerful combatants are orange health bar enemies. And then insult to injury is after using an emote, use a finisher to defeat a powerful combatant, but it also works for champions as well as orange health bars. So these are the 3 that we want to go ahead and combo, because there is going to be a lot of champions and orange health bars throughout these Nightfalls, especially in this one today. So I want to show you pretty much the best way to get a platinum score. Now, before we start, I do want to mention one last time, I'm going to be showing you how to get the platinum score, not a community top 10% or anything like that. This is literally just how to get 175k guaranteed, especially if you're solo. But this is the score we're going for, is 175k. That way you can go ahead and reach all the thresholds so you can get the rewards and everything for Guardian games. So what we're going to do is go here into the tower, and then I'm just going to go over the modifiers and then the loadout very quickly. But you can see here we got focused activity, shielded foes, hero modifiers, barrier and unstoppable champions, a 25% increase to incoming arc damage, scorched earth, overcharged weapons, stasis surge, solar surge, overcharged shotguns, and galvanized. You can see today is the Arcadian Valley, the Inverted Spire. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the loadout very quickly, which is going to be solar subclass, and it's going to have golden gun marksman. We're going to have gambler's dodge, triple jump, knife trick, and healing grenades as the abilities. For the aspects, we're going to have on your mark as well as knock them down. And then for fragments, we have Ember of Ashes, Ember of Char, Ember of Solace, Ember of Torches, and Ember of Eruption. Now for the weapons, Riptide, Polar Slants, and then Apex Predator. And then for the armor, we're going to have the exotic helmet, Celestial Nighthawk, with 2 Solar Siphon mods and a Dynamo mod. For the arms, we have a Solar Loader and Heavy Handed mod. And then we have for the chest 2 arc damage resistant mods and 1 charged up mod. Then for the legs, we got 2 kinetic weapon surge mods and 1 stacks on stacks mod. And then for the cloak, we have 2 bomber mods and 1 time dilation mod. For the artifact, feel free to pause it here and just copy it. But there are some adjustments that I would recommend. So the first row doesn't really matter. It just depends on if you're using any of these weapons. Again, you don't have to copy my loadout exactly. You can make changes wherever you feel it's necessary. If you feel like your weapons or your playstyle works better, then by all means go ahead and use that. But for this loadout that I'm recommending here, I definitely recommend Kindling Trigger as well as Blast Radius. From Whence You Came doesn't really work here because it's no taken or scorn enemies that are present throughout this, so it's not really going to help you. So feel free to leave that one out. Flint Striker as well as Wished Into Being are ones that I recommend, as well as Rays of Precision and Solo Operative. Overload rocket launchers don't work because there's no Overload champion, so it's not really that necessary. And Heart of the Flame, we're not playing with allies, so using this is pretty useless. I just don't feel like resetting my artifact and then having to worry about, when I'm playing a Nightfall with other people, oh, do I have this on or not? I just rather not go through that. But again, if you want to make changes, go ahead and make changes. Things like Revitalizing Blast, I think is a great option when it comes to swapping out with different things. But by all means, go ahead and just look at your build, your setup, and make changes where you feel it's necessary. But just know this is what I'm rocking right here to get it done. But with that being said, we can finally get into the gameplay and I can quit yapping. So let's go ahead and get into the tower over here. Go to the node over here. Go into private so we can do it solo and launch the activity. Now as we load in, I also do want to note very quickly the Gold Contenders boon. This is something that I have on and you automatically get from playing Guardian games. I believe it's once you hit the gold threshold you end up getting this, and you can see it pretty much gives you empowerment stacks and all this other stuff which help you with increased damage, abilities and stuff like that, and it's only active during the Guardian games playlist, so just kind of know I have that on. It's not something you can turn off or anything like that, so just know that's just something that I have present. So if you see I'm doing a lot of damage compared to you or something like that and you don't have it, that's probably most likely why. But when we start, I'm just going to go straight over here, and there's going to be a bunch of Cabal that are going to make their way here. You can see some of them over here. I'm just going to try to take them all out. And again, we do kind of want to be fast, so just make sure you're trying to do this very quickly. I'm just going to double check. There's like 1 Cabal there. And then we're going to go over here, and you can see these Vex, but we're also going to have Fallen enemies. So I'm going to try to take out the Fallen enemies first. Of course, they're all hiding behind walls, so I'm going to go for the Vex now. But there we go. Now this orange Minotaur here, I would just really recommend you make sure you get a crit on this Minotaur. So I'm going to go ahead and just lower it with my scout rifle. I don't want to use my RPG because I know I'm going to one-shot it. And then be careful of hitting crits because you could kill it instantly. So I lowered it, and then I got finishing touches and insult to injury by emoting and then doing a finisher. I'm going to hack this, and then I'm just going to take out my hoverboard, and then I'm going to grind straight across. That way I just skip the jumping puzzle and everything. And then do that. But if you want, just complete the normal jumping puzzle. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. But we're going to go over here to the second platform. Now here you don't have to worry about killing any enemies a certain way. You can just kill everything that you come in contact here without having to worry about finishers or emotes or anything like that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and use this so I can get some kills. Might as well just pop this because we're not really going to be using our super too much until the end on the boss. So there we go. And then might as well pick up orbs because you do get some points. You can see 16 points for picking up orbs of power, so I might as well pick those up. Make our way over here. Now when we reach this area, this is where we want to go ahead and make sure we're being very careful with how we deal damage to our enemies, because there's going to be a yellow health bar enemy, a mini boss, and there's going to be a bunch of champions. So I'm going to make my way here, and I'm kind of going to just highlight the champions where they're at in the orange health bar enemy, or not the orange health bar, yellow health bar I should say. But here you really want to make sure you get those finishers and emote combos going. That way you can get the best possible score. So I'm going to get rid of those scions, and I think this guy just teleported. those. Now you can see down here there is a barrier champion, and there's actually an unstoppable champion right next to him. But I'm not really gonna mess with this guy yet. I just saved both of those for last. I'm gonna just shoot this, and then what I'm gonna do is shoot all these Vex over here. I'm also gonna shoot this Minotaur. It would be nice if I can shoot that guy's crit so he can die faster, but he's just gonna go over there and fight the unstoppable. Now I'm gonna go and lower this guy's health. Now be careful when you're doing damage to this guy, because this barrier champion... Oh wait, it's on another set of ads? I thought this was the second set already. Alright, let me deal with these first. Now let me just check on this guy. He's low. Not low enough. There we go. Emote. And then finisher. You can see finishing touches, insult to injury. That's what we want. And then when you defeat a champion, you'll always get 3 medals. And then when you defeat a powerful / mini boss, you'll always get 2 medals. There we go. I'm not close enough. There we go. So you can kind of see the play style. You want to get champions low, but you also don't want to finish them. And I'll just elaborate very quickly, just in case if you're not too familiar with the build. How you're going to defeat barrier champions is just by hitting crits. When you hit crits, you're going to get Radiant. As you can see, I have it right now. And when you're Radiant, pretty much with the Scout Rifle and the Riptide, you can go ahead and break barrier shields, as you can see there. And then when it comes to unstoppable champions, all you want to do is hit crits on their backpack there, the little fuel tank. And then when you ignite them, with your 5th crit with Polaris Lance, it's going to go ahead and stun them. So I'm going to go over here, emote, and then hit a finisher. Giant Slayer, finishing touches. I didn't get insult to injury, which is weird there. That's just the game at that point, because you saw I emoted. I don't know, it does that sometimes. I'm not 100% sure. I can't explain it, to be honest with you. So you can get costed, it looks like, by the game. Unless, maybe if you know in the comment section, maybe I should have emoted a little bit longer, but I don't know. I feel like I should have gotten insult to injury 100% off of that first champion, but that's just me. We're going to move on, though. You can see we're at 93k, so we're on good pace, to be honest. We're only trying to get 175k, so it's definitely doable, and we're only 5 minutes and 30 seconds in. Now for this area, we're going to have a barrier champion right here. This barrier champion, you can see he's on the ledge right now. He can fall off if you hit him and he just ends up falling off the cliff. So I'm going to try to move him more towards the middle or something, you know, try to get him to chase me instead of having him on that ledge. And he's doing some damage. There we go. I'm going to emote. Give it a couple seconds there to make sure I get all 3 medals. Giant Slayer, finishing touches, and not cross the platinum threshold, but insult to injury. Now there's going to be 2 gladiators here. And I'm just going to use my RPG since I see this heavy brick right next to me. Now that should be both of them, unless I didn't finish the first one yet. But Riptide will just help me. But yeah, I should be good. We also got the Scions that were up here. I forgot to mention that. But then we're going to have 3 red health bar enemies. There he is. I almost didn't see him. And then we can go ahead and drop right here. Now, I don't remember this tank spawning in at all. But I'm going to go ahead and just skip it for now. I'm not going to use it at all, to be honest. I don't know why I said for now, but I'm just going to ignore that. Let me be careful with how many crits I'm hitting here. Emote and then finisher. Giant Slayer, finishing touches, insult to injury. You can see we're at 120k, so we're definitely on good track right here. You can see kind of what slows me down is just making sure that I'm not killing the champion. That one only gave me Giant Slayer. I don't know, that was weird. I don't know why I went for the tank there. That messed me up. But we're gonna go down here. And And then we're gonna have some enemies here. Now here, if you want, you can switch it up a little bit. You can use the Riptide to get a bunch of kills, or you can get your melee out and get the Berserker medals. It's completely up to you. You can see I'm just getting the Berserker medals. Let me just take my Sparrow out, I should say my hoverboard. Just get some melee kills. And this is why I like using Polaris Lance, because not only do you get the versatility for champions, but you can also have Dragonfly to clear out the ads and everything. I am going to use my rocket launcher right now when it comes to this area right here in front of me. But I could totally understand if you want to use the tank for those ads that I just killed with the melee, that's completely up to you. But right here, I'm just going to use my RPG to clear this group out. And just try to make sure you save at least one RPG shot for the next part. So I'm going to stop using my RPG, but you can see we just crossed the gold threshold. This barrier champion, I'm going to get him a little low, but I also want to make sure I'm not going to get shot by these guys. I should be good now. Alright, I was expecting to do a little more damage, I'm not going to lie. I could get a finisher off. I knew he was going to do that. And he's immune. Great. Alright, that really just slowed me down. And then he did it again. Emote. Finisher. Boom. What is... Okay. I was going to use an RPG. Actually, I'm not going to use an RPG now. Because that barrel is probably going to blow up in the background. You can see it right there. I'm going to shoot it. And we just don't want to one-shot this guy. Emote and then finisher. Finishing touches, insult to injury. Watch out for these barrels, by the way. I should have probably told you to shoot those ahead of time, but it's alright. You can see I managed to not get myself blown up. You can see we just crossed the platinum threshold, so we got our 175k. If you want, you do not have to get any more finishers beyond this point. You can just play it normally now, like a regular Nightfall. But what I'm going to do is just keep going to see what the score, the highest score I could possibly get. So that's just why I'm going to keep doing it. But if you want, you can 100% just play this like normal now. What I recommend here is if you're going to keep going, make sure you have at least one rocket launcher shot for this. So you can go ahead and just shoot all the enemies here. And then somehow I ended up missing 2 enemies with that rocket launcher shot. That might kill him. Alright, good. Emote and finisher. Boom, we got all 3 medals. Now there's going to be a barrier champion down here. I hate these gladiator guys. Alright, the barrier champion just doesn't want to show himself, and I don't want to waste too much time. So let me go ahead and get rid of these 2. I wonder if this RPG shot can kill him. I'm just going to test this. I don't think it is. Okay. And I'm not radiant. What was I thinking? Oh, okay. I should have meleeed him before I did it, so I was radiant. Instead of meleeing whatever that was that I did. But I'm going to go ahead and just try to get him low. I'm not hitting crits on purpose. Emote and finisher. Giant Slayer, finishing touches, and insult to injury. And you can see we're at the 200,000 point threshold, so you know, if you can afford to mess up a couple times and still get the platinum, there's going to be plenty of more opportunities for champions and everything. So if you're not having the best run, just know you can 100% still get it done with a bunch of mess ups. Alright, that's not good. I'm just going to use these to get some Berserker medals. And then I don't have any more melee energy or a dodge. Pick up that heavy. We are gonna have a yellow health bar enemy right here right now, as well as another set of dogs. Alright, I'm not gonna hit any crits because I'm pretty sure that's gonna kill him. Whoa. Why can't I do a finisher? There we go. Emote and then finisher. Finishing touches, insult to injury. Now we are on good time, to be honest. 13 minutes. I believe the timer starts to take away points at the 20-minute mark. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comment section if you know. But you can see we're getting a good score here. There's not really any orange health bar enemies there. There's going to be a yellow health bar enemy over here. So let's just drop. And they're going to be somewhere over here on the left with that group of enemies. At least these are Vex, which... Oh, wait, I think these spawn in Overload. So here's the thing about this. If you were paying attention to the modifiers with me, then you know that it didn't say Overload, but for whatever reason it spawns a random Overload champion. That was annoying. I didn't know I was going to one-shot. I should have used Riptide, but yeah. I don't know. An Overload champion, but the modifiers said Barrier and Unstoppable. I don't know either. Just, we go with the flow at this point. There's no point in me stressing this anymore. But we're just gonna keep going. Here there is gonna be a barrier champion in a little bit. We just try to get rid of all the enemies. Take your time here, because you know, if you are shooting at an enemy and then you're not paying attention and you jump to avoid damage and you end up, you know, walking into the, I don't know, the claws or whatever you want to call the digging excavator here, then it's not going to be a good time. There is enemies behind me, but I'm trying to get this finisher off. There we go. Emote, finisher. And then, okay, we only have one dog. We have 15 minutes left. 5 minutes until I believe we start to lose points. And we're at 276,746 points. Now, here you're going to have a chance, I believe, for only one orange health bar enemy. So this is, you know, if let's say you're on the cusp of your 175k right here, you really want to make sure you get this finisher off. But you can see there's going to be a Quantum Harpy, that one right there, that orange health bar. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the red health bar enemies. And again, we don't want to hit crits on the Quantum Harpy, even though it's pretty hard to try to miss on purpose. There we go. Emote, and then finisher. Finishing touches and insult to injury. We made 283,359. Now, when it comes to the boss fight, I'm just gonna pop Golden Gun right here, hit a crit. That's instantly gonna take that first portion of health away. He's gonna stand here for a little bit. He's gonna spawn some enemies, but they're immediately gonna despawn. And we're gonna go to the next phase right here. It's gonna drop us. Now, what I recommend doing is just standing on these plates right here. I'm just gonna take my RPG out. If you want, you could use Polaris Lance, but it is gonna get a little dicey with that, just to show you. So yeah, you can see he starts doing some damage like that. I'm just gonna throw that down. Then he starts to do some damage. I'm gonna rotate over to this plate. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to this plate. I'm just going to use my RPG. That was not a good idea right there, but we made it. I don't know why this random hobgoblin is here, but you can see we're moving over to the next part. 17 minutes in. Here we're just going to have some orange health bar, or not orange health bar enemies, just random goblins. I'm going to just try to get some melee kills. Trying to get enough orbs for a super, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. He was immune. Here it's kind of hard to hit him with the RPG, so I'm gonna see if I freeze him with Riptide. There we go. What is this boy doing? There we go. Platinum tier achieved, as you can see. I'm trying to see what my overall score was right there. 288,901 was my overall score. And remember, I did miss a couple orange health bars / champion enemies there with my finisher / emote. And there also was some champions that didn't give me all 3 medals for whatever reason. So I could have gotten a better score, but it is what it is. I'm very curious because I think that was the highest score I've gotten, unless I'm lying and I'm just a fraud. So let me just check that real quick. Yep, that's the highest score I've gotten, but still top 20%. But oh well, that's just how to get the platinum score anyway. You can see we did it. We got it done. That was 17 minutes 59 seconds, basically 18 minutes, with a score of 288,901. So that's going to do it for the gameplay here and everything. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell so you don't miss another video. So follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/MonkishJam0. Playlists with all my Destiny videos will be popping up on screen right now. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.